Well, good morning. It's Thursday, July 25th, 2024. I've just got back from my 10-day trip up to the Columbia River up at Kettle Falls, Washington. And I've got a whole series of videos for you guys, but I thought at first we'd go through the motorcycle while it's still packed up here. I haven't unpacked anything from the ride, but I had a pretty good ride up to Washington. I went all the way up to the border, I think up past Northport, Washington, there along the Columbia, and I came on back. But I think one of the nicest part of a long ride like that is getting home, taking a shower, and jumping in your summer clothes. I got my monkey suit off, my motorcycle riding suit that we got. You know how those are, they get pretty hot, and it's something you got to do when you're riding. So let's talk about the essentials here, what the ride was on the Suzuki 800DE. This is the 2023 Adventure Edition. Let's take a look at some stats. Okay, so the trip itself, I went about 2,400 miles in 10 days, and you got to keep in mind a day and a half I just slacked off up at the campground. Yesterday coming home, I rode, well, it was a 12-hour ride including lunch and breaks. I left at 8:30, well, no, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got home about 9 last night, and I captured a bunch of bugs. But that was a 513-mile ride yesterday, and that is from Island Park, Idaho to Hayden, Colorado. 513 miles. Overall, on the motorcycle itself, I averaged 55 miles an hour on the trip on most of the roads. On the interstates, I did about 65 to 70 on 80, as well as Interstate 90. Moving time, as far as what I call seat time for the week, for that 10-day trip, was 43 hours. Along with that, let's talk about the mileage. What do you think the 800DE gets for mileage? Let's talk about that. Now, when I'm riding under 65, okay, 4,000 to 4,500 RPMs, I call that econo mode. That's going to put you around anywhere from 60 to 65 mile an hour. And I am beyond my service level here on the bike, so I get a warning flag. I need to get my bike serviced here. But yesterday, well, the last trip of gas, I gassed up in Bags, Wyoming. I did about 48 miles a gallon. Okay, overall on the trip, I am showing about 2,446 miles, well, 2,447 miles versus the GPS is 2,395. So this guy's a little fast. Yes, it is. It's 5 mile an hour fast as far as the mileage, as far as the speedometer goes. You're going 70, you're going 65. And 70, I believe, on this bike is about 5,000 RPMs. Okay, let's look at the mileage itself. Okay, overall, I'm about to sneeze here. Overall, on that 2,400 mile trip, let's say, this bike, overall gas mileage, 48 miles a gallon. So there you go. If anybody asks you on the 800, it's 48 miles a gallon what you're going to get. That's interstate driving, as well as two-lane driving, like highways, like Highway 2, 287, some of those up here in the west. That's what you're going to get. But if you're going 65 or under, you're going to do 50 miles to gallon or better. If you're just putting mountain roads, 55 to 60, you're going to be around 55 miles to gallon on the bike, somewhere's in there. So it gives you some cushion there. But as you're going to find out, if you're really pushing speeds, you're going to be putting a whole lot more gas in your gas tank. Last night, look at the damn bugs. I collected these bugs in about 30 minutes. This is just after sunset. Look at all the damn bugs on this bike. And I keep that windshield clean. I always keep it clean. My helmet's the same thing. What a mess. Part 2 here. Let's talk about luggage on the 800DE Suzuki. This is the ideal camping setup. Now, I have everything If I want to travel 2 weeks to a month, it's all there. This is the complete camping rig. Now on the front of the bike here, I do have a tool tube kit, and I carry, I've got 4 spoons in there. 2 of those spoons are basically to break the bead on your tire. Can't think of the brand of them right off the bat, but and I've also got patching kit in there, as well as glue, plastic cement, stuff like that is in there, and some Ziploc ties. I got about 6 of those Ziplocs in that tool kit, that tool tube. Now on the back, these bags here, I've got them strapped down with what you call Titan straps. Titan straps, I've got different lengths of these. These might be like 3.5 footers here, or 3 footers. They work pretty good. I've been using them now, well, I think I'm on about my 4th year with these guys. The only thing I would like to have to secure this luggage better is I would like to get some narrow straps and have these doubled here. Because you don't know when one of these is going to break. And it could, as they get older, maybe you want to replace them anyways. And they're expensive. I pay about 12 bucks a piece for these here. Over at Murdoch's is where I get them. Murdoch's has these straps. But they work great. I've done tons and tons of miles with them. I would just like to have something a little bit to give me some extra secure in case one of these breaks. That could happen. Then you're going to have a problem. Now I do keep the bag itself tied down from my duffel bag. And incidentally, if you're wondering about this expensive duffel sacks here, these dry-proof sacks, they're Walmart bags. I think they're, I don't know if they're maybe 18 or 30, I don't know, 18 or 30 liter. But Walmart, dirt cheap. And I've been running these things forever. They work great. You don't need to buy those $100 sacks, dry sacks. You don't need those. But I do tie them down here with my other bags to make sure if something breaks here, it's not going to come off the bike. I've got a strap here to make sure that doesn't occur. Now, I did watch another YouTuber, just as a word of caution here. I think his name is Moto Giant is the channel. And he had some luggage come loose on his bike, and it actually wrecked him. I don't know how fast he was going, but it put him in the hospital. So what I like to do before I ride, it's like checking your airplane. You got to have checks before you leave. And I make sure everything is tight. There's nothing hanging down on the bike. And there's nothing blocking the brake light. Nothing blocking the brake light. And that works out good. Now, I've got 2 of these duffels, or 2 of these dry sacks. One of them, I carry a sleeping bag. That's really all this guy is, a sleeping bag here. And then the other bag here, I have my sleeping pad. My roll-up sleeping pad is here. Rain jacket is ready to go. So if I need a rain jacket, I just pop this Titan strap here and then pull my rain jacket right out. And then on the end here, I've just got some accessory photographic crap that but it's just like stands and things like that, or attachments for doing different things with the camera. This little guy here is tied down. And also I've got these wire coils that I use. This is my little seat. The best thing in the world for your back, if you've had a long day and your back sucks, it hurts. This is an Ozark Trail. It's called a backpacking chair. It sits pretty low to the ground. And I'll tell you what, it's comfy. I don't know what they are, 30, 35 bucks. And these coils here, I also buy these at Murdoch's, but they're wire, but they've got plenty of plastic and they're high vis. So I tie that down here. Same thing with a hat. Then I've got my UBZ tripod that I run with my cameras. Those are also tied down with the wire, I don't know what I call them, rubber tie-down wire. They work great. These are at Murdoch's as well, and they don't give them away. They're probably, I don't know, probably another $12 for 2, something like that. But they're all over the place around my house. I use them on the bikes all the time, to where the Titan straps don't work, the wires do. I do not like bungee cords. And we all know what bungee cords can do. They just snap you in the face right away and they just pop off. And as far as the Titan straps go, I did have one break on me. I've had one break, so they're not foolproof by any means. Okay, as far as on the front of the bike, we all love KLR 650s. So I took this as my front bag that I took off my KLR on the handlebars. And I went ahead and put this on the Suzuki. Now, I used to have a Wolfman tank bag. And what it did to my KLR gas tank, the metal gas tank, it destroyed it. It just literally scratched the hell out of it, the Wolfman bag. So I'm back to the handlebar bag here, and I carry my phone, charging cable, stuff like that in here. Okay, duffel bag. This just shows you, this is Southwest Motec. I think I paid back in the days about $110 a bag. This is, I believe it is a 60 liter. Yeah, it's a 60. Now on your 800 V-Strom, your dry bag, your duffel bag's going to come with tie-down straps that you can run from your panniers to your bag. And this is exactly how I put it. I put it lengthwise. And very careful when it comes back by the brake light here. I make sure I tie this end up so it's not blocking that brake light. Don't be stupid and block your brake light with your duffel bag, because as you're riding, this thing can slip back a little bit. And you know, anything goes will go on a motorcycle. So watch that. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what I've got as far as gear in my luggage here, what I'm traveling with. Let's go ahead and talk about our left pannier on the bike itself. And this can have water and bottles in this pannier, where the right pannier is absolutely dry, because that's where I carry my camera equipment and I don't want any moisture associated with my cameras. Okay, first of all, I got water bottles. This here is a thermos bottle. And I pack this with ice if possible in the morning. If you're in the gas station or whatever, if you hit the soda machine, pack this full of ice and then water. That will give you the cold water that you need, especially riding in hot climates where you just need something to drink. And this will keep ice all day long in this bottle here. The next bottle, I've got just one of these, what do they call them? Nalgene plastic bottles. This is kind of a mistake here. I've got water in this thing, but it heats up pretty quick. What I would do with this is I would replace it with another thermal bottle like this Yeti here. I meant to take this with me. Here's another way to keep your water cold, or if you're carrying coffee, it keeps it hot. But Nalgene bottle, you get what you get. Yeah, it seals up. It doesn't leak, but your stuff will get warm when you're riding in a black pannier there. Okay, and I've got my cooking stuff here. Cooking, you know, that's the stove. I've got instant coffee. I've got Crystal Light packets, which I also mix in my Nalgene water bottle there. That's what that is. It really doesn't quench your thirst very much, but it does put a lot of liquid down you quick because you're drinking so much of it. So anyway, stove, silverware, cleaning sponge, all that in your cooking bag here. And of course you carry wet wipes. Carry those. Don't leave these at home, okay? And I got some green ass mosquito dope. This is the green shit, the DEET free, but doesn't work worth a damn. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's really pretty crappy stuff. Just buy the DEET, for Pete's sake. God, this one here, it helps. It helps, but mosquitoes look for any inch that this stuff is not on. And then, of course, I've got the bear spray here. Got that. And you know, the vice grips, I carry a set of those, especially for hot cups from my cooking stove, if I want to pick something up without burning myself. The vice grips are readily available, but I do have a tool kit with sockets, and all that stuff's in the bottom of the pannier. I carry, anytime I get extra sacks, grab them. If you're at the store, they give you extra plastic bags, grab them and keep them, because you need them for trash. If you're doing trash or what have you. And I do have an extra dry sack. This is for if I got to bring stuff home for the wife or something I need, or one rips, I've got an extra one right here. And as dirt cheap as they are, for Pete's sake, buy extras. This here, little water bottle. They're $1 at Walmart. It's one of the most important tools you can carry with you for hygiene. For $1, I keep myself clean. It gives me the extra water when I need it for cleaning myself. That includes armpits, butt, whatever you got, along with the toilet paper. Must carry one of these. This makes the trip right here. This guy. And along with that, sardines. 3 or 4 cans. Learn how to like sardines. These are in Louisiana hot sauce. But guess what? You buy 3 of these, they pack down excellent in your pannier. And I just happen to have some snack packs here. And standbys that are easy to cook. This crap, pop up in a can. Actually, when I cook this stuff in my jet boil, I'll fill up the water in the jet boil. I take the wrapper off this can here, and then I just put the can in the water, let the water boil, and heats up everything in the can. Now keep in mind I have the lid open as well, but it's just an easy way to get everything hot, really hot, I found. And I also carry my air compressor. I've got one of these slime air compressors that I haven't had to use yet, but I also carry in my toolkit. I have a hand pump as well, a cheap-ass bicycle hand pump, which I have pumped up the bike with that before. So I never want to be short of air. So that's mainly what this pannier does. And let's see, at the bottom, no, I think, okay, in the other pannier, I'll have to show you my motorcycle jack. So that's that. Okay, taking a look at the right pannier on the 800. Everything is dry in this pannier because of the camera gear. Dry cups. This particular bag here carries all of my charging utensils that I use with my GoPros, smartphone, and one of the little gadgets that I have here that works great. Let's see if I can pull that out of here for you. GoPro batteries and all that, but this is a little charging battery here. I've had it for, God, I don't know, a long time. And it has a USB out, which you can charge your phones, you know, like my Samsung phone's a USB-C on one end, but this is just a regular USB that goes through here. The name of this is called a phone UT, I don't know, phone UIT. I have to look at it and put it on the comments section, but this will charge your phone a couple times easy. GoPro dead batteries go in the charger here, which I'll either charge with my battery here or I'll charge with the motorcycle when I'm going down the road. So all my batteries and stuff go in this guy. And then also I've got my regular DSLR 90D camera in this bag here, which I keep bagged up. And I learned a lesson when I was hiking on the trail. I didn't have my camera in the bag, I just had the open lens, and I was carrying this GoPro here and I tripped and busted my face and actually broke the glass on the GoPro that I'm using right now. I had to replace the protective glass on that. Okay. And then also, this is my, well, I got a little bottle of hot sauce. Empty bottle. I use this when I'm drinking my multivitamin drink in the morning. That's what I use this bottle for. Tire tubes are down here, front and back. Yeah, I carry both. I don't know, just kind of got to make sure I got all my equipment if I have a flat. In here is all my cotton clothes, cotton shirts. Maybe a bath towel or two might be in here, I don't know. But anyway, this is mostly shirts here that I've got cotton shirts in this bag. And I've also carried several extra of these Titan tie-down straps here at the front of the pannier here, if I need them. And at the bottom, I've got what they call the EastBound Motorcycle Jack. And what that does, if you happen to drop your bike, you can jack your bike back up. If you're one of these guys like me, I know there's a lot of people out there say they can pick up their motorcycles, but I'm not going to kill myself doing it. Or hurt my back, injure my back, whatever. So the EastBound Motorcycle Jack is what I use for that. And it's really like putting together like a single hospital crutch is how it works. It's just a single tubular design with a crutch tip on the end of it. And I've also got a big plastic little plate that I have for it just in case I'm in really soft dirt to jack up the bike. I'll give you details on that. That particular piece of equipment comes out of Europe. They don't make that here in the USA. So you got to order that through a Europe means. And just look up, actually it's EastBound Shop Moto Jack. Look that up on Google and you'll find your jacks right there. It's something I wouldn't be without on a 500 plus motorcycle. And then the last thing I've got in the pannier itself is my logbook. There's actually a diary here. I write everything in here day by day on my motorcycle trip. So I just put in the daily miles, what I thought of the area that I'm in, maybe the people that I met, anything like that goes in my diary. And I will finish off the last chapter of today with, yesterday's ride. I got to do that and so forth. So on my motorcycle journeys, I have a lot of camera gear. I have cameras that I use. I like to see everything when I get back and put it out on YouTube. And God, I've been going, I think I'm on my 6th year here with YouTube, but I still have all my rides since I was a young man to the old fart that I am today, is all on YouTube. KLR 650, what have you. So the last thing we got to do is the duffel bag. That's next. Okay, let's talk chapter 3 here. We're going to talk about the duffel bag, which carries a majority of the clothing and the tent. So I have these little carry bags. Walmart, you can get these. I carry 2 of these, and this one here has my towel, my shower towel for at the campground if I need it. And that's what I use for showers when I have to take a shower at a campground. And I've probably got another wash rag behind the towel itself on this side. Now on the other side, I carry my underwear and socks. This is important shit here. But one of the most important items you can have on your trip, and I'm going to tell you right here on YouTube, is you need this polyester, or what I call nylon undies. You can ride. I have 3 pairs of these on my trip. Reebok, they call them Reebok performance underwear. And I wear the large size. And guess what? You can sweat your ass off with this underwear. And simply with the bar of soap and some water, wash them out. Nothing, I don't care, we're all people, we all have issues, but this underwear is basically indestructible when you're riding on a motorcycle. Right. Here's another little bag I got from Walmart. This carries the toiletry stuff. And when I'm out on the road, I don't skip cleanliness. I still shave every day as if I was at home. I have this is my travel electric shaver. It's always in the bag. I charge it before I leave home, but I like a good shave every day. And this bar of soap here that I carry, this is for when I'm doing my washing. And I carry a couple washcloths in my motorcycle suit because a lot of times I'll keep those washcloths wet. When the temperature gets really hot, I'll stop and I'll just douse myself with those wash rags and scrub my head with those wash rags to stay cool when I'm riding. But the soap I can use with the wash rags to give myself a sponge bath, along with that little $1 spray bottle I showed you. Once I'm done with that, I will put this Aqua Velva, whatever, aftershave on my face and on my scalp, hair. Oh God, it's just like you get out of the shower. I mean, if you don't have a shower, this works. So that's how I do the toiletry. And I carry extra shampoos that I've got. Let's talk about our next item of subject here in our duffel bag. I've got these headlamps. I carry a couple of those because I have a tendency of not being able to find. By one lamp, I can go through the whole motorcycle looking for it. So I just carry, actually I have 3. I have 2 with me here, then I've got another one with the sleeping bag, in the sleeping bag back there. All right, so the next thing I have, well, I carry a sandal on each end of the bag. One sandal goes in the space front, and the other one is in the back here. Sandals. This is my absolutely, you can't be wearing your motorcycle boots all the time. Can't do that. This is relaxation time there. And of course the tent rides on the side of the duffel bag here. That's the Big Agnes copper spur 2-man tent. And along with that, I have this dry sack here has all of my cotton clothes. Excuse me if I'm kind of screwing around moving this camera. But what you want to do, I have my jeans, I have a fleece jacket, and the fleece jacket, I will use that besides at camp. If I get cold in my sleeping bag at night, I will just wrap the fleece jacket around my chest with that sleeping bag closed, and you won't get cold with that. The fleece just really works out well. And I do carry as well, I've got a hoodie that I carry with me, and I got a pair of jeans in there, and I think that's about it. Oh no, another pair of shorts. I carry a really light pair of shorts with me too, because not only do I like to ride the bike, I like to go downtown and be a tourist. I like to be clean when I go in a restaurant, so that's the stuff I wear there. The goodies on the bike, guys. So next, I will tell you guys about, we'll talk about my adventure on the Suzuki 800 DE and going up on the Columbia. But I thought you'd want to have the goods on the bike when I got back first thing. Anyways, we'll catch you guys later.